Okay, so I have believed that everybody, I think everybody in this class is aware of that. If you know 2 to the power 3 equals 8, right? So a to the square cube equals 2. Correct, everybody? If you
Yeah.
have 4 squared equals 16, then square root equals 4. Correct? So
Yeah.
today we're going to up level to the nth root. Okay, so for instance, Vicky, if we have 2 to the power 5 equals 32, and we have what? We have called radical sign. So if we have something like 32 and here 5, so the answer is what? Is 2. Okay, so today, in order to change integer exponents to rational exponents, the nth root of a real number must be defined. Nth root, if a and b are real numbers and n is a positive integer, okay, everybody, this one must be positive, okay? Then x is an nth root of a if xn equals a. That means x to the power n equals a, then a to the power 1 over n equals x. Or you can write it as a square root n. Sorry, cube root, like root, rational roots n. Correct, everybody? Get it? Okay, so let me ask you a very simple question, okay, Vicky? So if a is smaller than 0, okay, a is smaller than 0, does it mean x must be smaller than 0 as well?
Yes.
Very good. Okay, x could be negative or positive. A could be negative or positive as well. But
No. Oh, yes.
if n is an even number, then no matter x is negative or positive, a is always positive. Understand, Roland? Okay, so for instance, if we have a negative 4 and a power 4, so though inside is a negative, because the power is even number, the outside answer is always positive. Okay, so we can see square root an is called radical expression. And this one is called radical sign. And a is a radic end, and n is index. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. Important points about nth root. So for instance, if a is a positive and n is even, so it is always positive, right? If 1 is negative and n is even, then there's no real number solutions. For instance, if we have x squared equals negative 9, so x, of course, is nothing, but it is real number solution, okay? So everybody, I'm going to give you something like you are going to learn it in the very far future, but I'm going to explain it to you, okay? Sometimes x squared could be negative 9, right? Oliver, you still remember? Yeah, where's Oliver, by the way? Oh, here. Oliver, I think you still remember that, right? I told you before. So x squared equals negative 9. X equals what? There's no real number solution, but I have told you I squared equals negative 1, right? So x equals what?
I.
Equals 3i.
No, I.
3i.
I can be anything. I can be anything.
Wouldn't x be like negative bracket 3 bracket squared?
Huh? Can you write it on? So x equals what?
Negative bracket 3 bracket squared.
Like that?
Yeah.
X could equals that, but x squared equals not 3 to the power 4. Right? So if it's a real number, if it is a real number, x squared can never be negative. But if it is I, so it's like the I get involved. So actually this one has a solution, all right? But for your high school, you're not, you don't have to understand this one, but just as long as you want to know, I squared do equals negative 1. Okay, so if you have an x squared equals negative 9, that means x equals 3i, correct? So x squared equals 9i squared. because I squared equals -1. So that's why this one equals -9. Get it? So just to sum,
Wait, I think -9 should be like I squared too. I think -9 should be like, oh wait, never mind.
don't worry about it. If you want to ask me a question, that's fine. Okay. So let's take a look at this one. If n is odd, then you will have something like that. Okay. So just I already explained it to all of you. So let's just take a look at this one. If a is 0, okay. So if a is a 0, that means the answer is 0. That means what? That means the base, the
It's
x
equals
always
0.
equals 0. Okay, very good. Okay.
Oh,
So let's take a look at this one. Kelvin, it's only 7:45, 48. You're already tired? How about you just to stand up and doing some exercise for all of us? Dance for us. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. Absolute value, okay? So absolute value is talking about actually a distance, okay, Kevin? Understand? So they're actually not a number. What does it mean? It's like the distance between this number and to the zero's distance is actually absolute value. So that's why absolute value is always positive or 0. The absolute value of a, denoted as a absolute value, is distance on the real number line between 0 and a without regarding to directions. So -a to 0 is the same distance as a to 0. Correct or Roland? That's why -a absolute value equals a absolute value, because there's no direction that's being calculated here. Absolute value notation is needed to simplify some radical operations. So let's take a look at this one. If absolute value a has two things, okay, equals a or -a. When a is bigger or equals to 0, a absolute value equals a. When a is smaller than 0, a absolute value equals -a. Let's take a look at this one, okay? So when a equals -9, a absolute value equals -a, correct? When a equals 9, then a absolute value equals itself. Understand, everybody? Okay, if you don't understand, please stop me and ask me right now, okay? So Vicky, are you clear?
Yes.
Okay, so Jason? Okay, so let's take a look at this one. Okay, so let's take a look at something harder, okay? So let's see. Properties of radicals. Hello, Elaine.
Hello, what is this poll?
Don't worry
Still
about it.
there?
Don't worry about it. Just click B.
What?
No, it's already end the poll.
Oh.
No, Elaine, we just have a vote, like who is more fun. So A is Jason is fun, B is Andy is fun, C is Andy and Jason are both very fun, and D is both Andy and Jason not fun. Most of the people selected that Jason is fun. Hey, Jason, 让你进来
It was
just to put B, so just to balance a little bit.
Most people choose D actually.
Well, I mean, actually, theoretically,
There's
there's
like
30. We have like 6 people in the class, or 7 now.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah,
2
everyone
chose
choose
A,
D.
2 chose C, and 2 chose D. So it's like
Nobody choose B.
No, the truth is everyone choose D, but someone else choose A. I don't know who it is.
Andy, you're already like not having a lot of vote. You should be nice, you know?
Oh yeah, I remember.
Right. Okay, so let's take a look at this one, okay? So Roland, I want you to take notes, okay? So a to the power 1 over n exactly equals a to the square root n, right? Vicky? So radical n, right? Okay, so
Yeah.
if you have a to the m over n, okay, Elaine, that means, Kevin, please calculate it. Please write it down, okay? Taking notes. Because that means what? It's equals a to the power m and over n. So when you see anything
老
on the
师，你说的是
denominator,
Kelvin 或者还是 Kevin？我每次都听不懂。
Kevin, Calvin，哎呀，好了，你们两个现在换名字好了，换一个名字，换名字。
Buddy
你想叫什么名字？
Kyle， 我要 Kevin， 我要
What?
Kevin，我叫 Kevin。
I think you should be. I think you should be called Tiger.
没有，你叫天
I
天，
wanna be
然后
Kevin。
那个
Tiger's
Kevin 是
your
大
friend,
大。
buddy. Tiger's your
Bro,
friend.
Okay,
he
huh?
just rolled his ankle.
OK，好了好了。
Can't play
Okay,
basketball
let's start.
anymore.
OK，一个是天天，一个是大大。OK， So everybody, when you see a number, okay, everybody, this is really important, okay, because a lot of students making a little bit
Important
confused with this
knowledge.
one. When you have a number and on the power part is a fraction, for instance, 3/5, okay? So Oliver, remember the numerator part, you just put as the a's power. And like rational, 5, put it there.
Rationale.
So the denominator show up here and the numerator show up here. Are you clear, everybody? Okay, so for instance, if I have a 2 to the power 3/5, so equals what? Equals 2 to the power 3 and the rational 5. Okay,
Aren't
so
you
equals
supposed to
8.
sing?
Pardon me, Elaine?
Aren't you supposed to sing if it's important?
Yeah, I supposed to sing. I'm sorry. Yes, everybody, please take notes whenever I sing. And the only way you stop me is just taking notes, please. Okay, so now let's take a look at the next one. So it's a negative m/n, right?
We flip
Jason?
it.
So when
Yeah.
you see negative, remember, you just skip it just to save the 1 over.
Reciprocal.
AM/n. It's always reciprocal. Very good. And you follow the earlier way, like what I just is saying. So it's 1 over AM, the numerator put it nearby, and the denominator put it here. Get it, everybody? So I want you to give you some questions to just to write it on. Okay. So for instance, if I have 3 to the power 3/2. I don't do this one. Do another one. 4 to the power 3/2. So how do we do it? Negative. Okay. 4 to the power negative 3/2. So the first thing first, when you see the negative, Roland, how you gonna do it?
Flip it.
Yes, very good. Okay, next one. Tian Tian, can you tell me how to do the next one?
Who's Tian Tian? Who's Tian Tian?
You.
Okay, I'm Tian
你自
Tian.
己不认识吗？你不叫天天吗？
Oh,
现在
Bro.
Kevin 叫大大了，你叫天天。
okay.
我把 Jason 改成小小。
And then what you do is you times 2/3. No, you dive 3/2 on both sides.
No, it's 1 over, then 4 power 3 and square root. Correct?
No.
Yeah. So this one equals what? Equals
No,
1 over
you times 3/2 on both
64.
sides.
So equals 1 over.
No,
Get it, 天天？
no.
哪个地方不懂？
Why can't I just put the
Times 3/2
calculator?
on both sides.
什么 both sides 没有 both side 的呀？
You have to times
It's
3/2.
not times 天天 it's 4
Trust
to the
me,
power
you.
3/2.
Oh,
It's not 4 times 3/2.
no.
你前面有没有在好好听课啊？
老师，
OK，
我听过了。
大大
老
your
师，
turn 啊，看好了
不，是。
大大 9 to the power a 3/2 negative. Okay, everybody do it and send it to me by chat.
I can.
You cannot do it? 星星
老师，这个符号怎么打呀？
那符号不用打，
那你怎么知道？
就是最后答案不用打那个符号的呀。
啊，也行。
对呀。
习近平。
Okay, so send it to me, everybody. 哎呀，我一
thinking-
打开就是一堆大便，真是非常不 nice。
So you flip it equals 9 equals 2 over 3. And then 9
大
over
家说 bro 压平 about 压平是什么东西？压平。
老师
嗯哼，
do I have to calculate it?
Yeah, of course.
嗯，
Elaine, good job.
What?
习近平，
How do I calculate this?
习近平 good job.
What the heck?
How can I use the calculator on the
No,
thing
of
there?
course not. 不能用。
You said you have to calculate it.
No, you can calculate it without the thing.
嗯，
9 to the square root
人
of
家习近平做出
2
来
over
了。
3. Okay, 6.
I'm not Xi Jinping now.
什么？哦，对，老师没讲过吧？他之前 QQ 改名叫改什么来着？改名叫习近平，然后号被封了。
肯定啊。Okay, so let's take a look at this one, everybody. So 9 and a -3 over 2, right, everybody? So first thing we need to what? 田家欣
We need to flip it.
yeah, flip it. Good job, 田
yeah, reciprocal.
Okay, so it's 1 over 9 and 3 over 2 power, right? Okay, so what's next, Oliver?
So 9 to the power of 3 over 2 is equal to square root of 9 cubed. So it's 1 over square root 9 cubed.
Yeah, so equals what? So everybody, if you don't know how to do it, okay, so 9 to the power 3, you need a lot of calculation, but can we change it to 3 times 3, which is 3 squared power 3? Can we do that? Okay, so 3
Yes,
to
we
the power
can.
2 power 3 equals 3 to the power 6, correct? Okay,
Hmm?
everybody, if you don't know that, you can see. So 9 to the power 3 equals 9 times 9 times 9, correct? 天天? Okay, equals 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, correct? Everybody?
Oh, yes,
So
yes, yes.
equals 3 to the power 6, correct? 哎呦，我们这个班级里面
喂
怎么天天了大了习近平了？哎呦喂！
So it's square. So it's 1 over square root
3 to the power 2 and square, right?
729.
So equals 3 to the power 3, 1 over. So the answer is 1 over 27. Correct, everybody?
Oh wait, yeah, my first
How in
answer
the
Yeah.
is
world do we
correct.
get? Oh, 3. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, my first answer is
What's
correct.
哎
Never mind.
算了啊，算了，好吧，算了。Okay, so now let's take a look at this one. Okay, square root of a positive power. Okay, let me just